Render's first conference will shock the world, and I will tell you why. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Doc, and today's video I'm going to explain to you why RenderCon will be the biggest event for render of the year, and also give you my bull run top price prediction. So let's start this video off with what actually happened during this week. Why did crypto crash this hard, and is render actually going to zero or not? So basically what happened during this week was exchange liquidations. We just witnessed the biggest exchange liquidation in crypto history. It was bigger than the FTX crash. It was bigger than the Corona crash. It was $2.3 billion in exchange liquidations in less than 24 hours. This was set up purely by exchanges. They took out every single long position on exchanges, just crushing retail, getting billions in revenue from fees, from liquidations. It was pure manipulation in my opinion. And it was even bigger than this screenshot said, because the CEO and founder of Bybit said, "I'm afraid that the real total liquidation is a lot more than 2 billion by my estimation. It should be at least around 8 to 10 billion. For your interest, Bybit's, so one exchange liquidation alone was $2.1 billion. So the liquidations on Bybit were bigger than the entire Corona and FTX crash. As you can see in the below screenshot, Bybit 24-hour liquidation recorded on CoinGlass was around 333 million. However, this is not all of the liquidations. Bybit has an API limitation on how much feeds are pushed out per second. So basically, the liquidations were that big, that fast, that CoinGlass API couldn't keep up. This is how big it was. We're talking about liquidations 5 to 10 times bigger than the Corona and FTX crash. But of course, render is not going to zero. This is just pure manipulation. We're going up bigger. So let's start with all the bullish news about render that will happen during the next 2 months. So let's start off with the biggest financial AI event of the year, Nvidia fourth quarter financial result. So once again, a lot of people always tell me, Doc, Nvidia earnings is done. It's never happening again. Nvidia is dead. DeepSeek is the future. Most of you are always wrong, because everybody knows that 2 to 3 weeks before the Nvidia earnings, AI coins pump, render gets a lot of volume, and we just sent it. And again, for the people who don't believe me, just look at the historical charts. Because last year on Wednesday, February 7th, render was at the bottom. Then towards the Nvidia earnings, it basically pushed in like 2 weeks to like, let's say it pushed in 2 weeks to like 91% gain. And then it continued up to a 220% gain from the bottom. Again, in May, at the beginning of May, May 1st, crypto was dead. Everybody was bearish. Bitcoin even tanked further on. But what happened during May? Nvidia earnings. So render pumped 73% while crypto was dead. Then in August, Nvidia earnings at the end of the month, basically like the 26th, render got pushed down all the way to the bottom with the entire crypto market. On Monday the 5th, then 91% gain. Then what we saw in November, once again, we had Nvidia earnings around the 22nd. What happened? They pushed crypto down to like Monday the 4th of November, even the 5th of November. Then in like less than 2 weeks, a 100% gain, followed by 190% gain. And let me tell you this, I showed you this chart in August. I showed you this chart in November, all before it happened. I was just using even references before it happened, and nobody believes me at the bottom. Everybody's toxic at the bottom. Everybody says screw you, Doc, at the bottom. But once at the top, my videos get 5 times the amount of views. Everybody's bullish, and I tell them to take profits, and then I get hate for telling you to take profits. So yeah, We're at the bottom right now. We might try to get this wick down a little bit more, but it doesn't matter because at the 26th we have a big event. And this isn't the only big event in the next 2 months, because if you didn't know yet, Nvidia GTC 2025, basically the biggest AI conference in the world, will be between March 17th and March 21st. So basically, just like last year, Render actually pumped even during this event when everything was going down again from the March top. And this once again is a major event, because Nvidia will talk about the numbers, we'll talk about what's next for AI. The biggest AI leaders in the world will be talking at the event, and it will be once again a massive catalyst for the AI industry, and then of course for Render, which is a top AI coin. But this year, besides the Nvidia GTC event, there's a big Render event as well, because if you didn't know yet, RenderCon, the first official Render event ever, is on April 3rd. It's the first Render official conference on which Jules Urbach, the founder of the Render network, for the first Render conference will be talking about Render. There's some big things happening. I'm expecting the roadmap to be explained. I'm expecting AI partnerships and more of things about AI being explained. But there's even a bigger catalyst which was explained by the Render CEO itself, which will happen at RenderCon. Because Buddy asked Jules Urbach, the CEO of Otto in Render, if he will be speaking at GTC, which we mentioned a minute ago. He said, "I'm not going too deep on product announcement at GTC, mainly because Nvidia will be at RenderCon and we can do a much better messaging job with them there." So he's basically saying that Nvidia will be at RenderCon, they will be speaking at RenderCon, maybe they will go together with Jules on the main stage at RenderCon. You don't know who it will be. We got big people and advisor of the Render network who work with Nvidia, who work with the US government. So many big people are behind the scenes of Render and Otto. Like everybody of Nvidia, even Jensen, even the CEO could be at RenderCon. And once they announce the speakers of RenderCon, this could be a major catalyst. So once again, like I was mentioning in the last couple of weeks, March, the end of March, will probably be a very nice stop for altcoins. It doesn't matter how low we go, an uptrend only lasts 4 to 6 weeks. So it will be a massive 6-week push. And of course, with RenderCon at the end, this could be an extra push to the final push. Because most people know in 2021, altcoins start to go aggressively from February till the end of April and then crashed in May. There's a reason why people say sell in May and go away. Because summer season ends, there's not a lot of volume, usually a very bearish place summer season. So this could be the final catalyst of basically the first half of the year for Render after Nvidia earnings, after Nvidia GTC. So it's looking very promising for Render. Again, the price might go down, but the price going down before a great uptrend is always an incredible opportunity. Once you start looking at a downtrend as an opportunity, your life will be easier. And now let's move on with the second part of this video, which is my short-term and bull run top Render price prediction. But before I do this, if you want to claim a $1,000 airdrop, just go to the top of the description and click on the maxilendings.crypto page. Once you're at the page, you will see Maxi and my name, and you will see that you will be able to claim a $1,000 position airdrop. So all you have to do is go to the link, create a new account, deposit some money, and at the end of the event, which will end in 8 days, you will be able to claim your free 1,000 position airdrop. This is an exclusive deal, so don't waste this opportunity, because $1,000 could change your life in a bull run. So before I do my short-term price prediction, let's take a look at support levels. So what happened during this week is something crazy and which hadn't happened with Render in a very long time. Basically what happened is weekly support levels got tested. So the last time this happened was basically on August 5th when we had the Japan FUD. So as you can see, this is a major weekly support level which got tested twice in December and January 2024, and then it bounced straight off this level to a new all-time high. This level today got tested as well, but what we're seeing here right now as well is a weekly close support level. So this is a very, very important level. So this is a level Render cannot close the weekly below 3.62 because that will be a very, very bearish weekly. But what we have here as well is a liquidation zone. So this is a very interesting place to get actually liquidity grabs. As well, this happened here. Basically, nobody expected this. I didn't expect this either. In last week's video, I was talking about this weekly demand zone right here, which could be tested as well. So we had this weekly demand zone, which was actually basically on this place here, the liquidity grab in this zone, but it happened, but it even pushed forward. So it even pushed harder. We had the biggest crash ever in crypto history. And we're entering basically this liquidity zone. But as long as Render on the weekly just stays above this 3.63 price, so let's make this one white so it's easier to actually, or maybe black, so you know this is an important level. You shouldn't be worried because Nvidia earnings, many AI events, and a reversal is coming because exchanges need volume. They cannot just keep pushing down the price because volume is going down. People are not buying, not trading, so at one point to get people back, exchanges will have to push prices because you attract retail by pushing the price and you make money off the volume. And then when everybody thinks it's a bottom and they start longing, you take out traders creating more volume. But at this kind of bottom, there's nobody buying, there's no traders left, so there's nothing to gain for exchanges. They need a bigger uptrend. And for the people who are saying this is the bear market, a bear market starts after peak euphoria when everybody thinks the next bounce will be up for a new all-time high. Nobody's thinking about the next bounce. Nobody's thinking like we're gonna break all-time high. Everybody's mega bearish. That's not how a bear market starts. That's how a bear market ends, to be honest. Because of course, we just had the support levels. Maybe make them green as well because green means buy and red means sell. Now let's take a look at the resistance levels. So because this one is really close to this one, we can just draw the Fibonacci levels here to see what the resistance levels will be. So there's quite a few resistance levels now. The first one that will be very important is this 0.382. So let's take a horizontal line as well. It's actually basically a weekly resistance as well. So let's take it here, make it red. So this will be a very interesting one to maybe take profits if you sold here. And then we got this 0.5, they're really close. This is not really anything special. I think this 0.6 is actually better. Maybe this weekly resistance here of 824. And then let's take another one. We got this weekly resistance here. Maybe it's not that important, but this 10.3 is important. So these are important resistance levels. And then of course we get this double, or even now I think it's a triple top now. So we got this double top here. It's even a triple top. So these are the important resistance levels. What I'm just saying by taking profits, not financial advice, if you bought a lot of at 4 and it goes to 6.7, like this is in a short term a pretty good price rise. So let's say we're at 4, you're buying today, you're a good trader, it goes up 66%. Like, not financial advice, but you could just take your investments out and still have a nice bag, or at 8.24, which is actually double the price. A lot of people get FOMO once they start selling here and the price continues to go up here, like this cash is doing nothing. No, that cash is money you made. Nobody's gonna give you the money back when it goes down. When you bought here, didn't sell here because you got FOMO and it got here, this difference, nobody's gonna give it to you. Like, you just lost that money. But once you buy here and you made profits here, took the profits, even here you made profits. It's all about profit making. So yeah, these are the short-term resistance levels. So the first step for Render, of course, if we do short-term price prediction, this could be tested again. but not closed, and then we could just go up from here. So basically this 3.70 area could always be tested to just take out the longs, and then the first major step will be this, not this 520, just go straight to this 673, maybe even push to this double wick here, so 7. Then we can basically get a bounce. So this is not the parabolic move, but then I'm expecting, just like last year, look at these weekly candles. They barely dipped, so maybe we get a weekly candle here, a big one, maybe a setback. This could be even a setback like this. So we go from this 824, like this will be a huge candle, but it happened before at the same price levels, so it's nothing special. Then what we're seeing right here, look at this push, this one candle push. It comes from all the way from like 5 to a week to like 12. This is in 1 week. So basically from 5 to 12. So this means we can do in 1 week, we could just push here. So this could literally happen. It happened before. It's nothing special. And this wasn't in a bull run. Now there's so much more liquidity in the market. And then we can test this 10.3. And then we can go up. And this could literally happen in 4 weeks. And then we still have like 3-4 weeks to make a difference on the long term. So yeah, this is the short term price prediction. This could happen in less than 4 weeks, like it did here. Basically 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. We could be up here again. So in less than 4 weeks, we could be up here again. And then what would this say for like the price stop, which will be around like end of March, mid-April? So because with RenderCon, we could actually get an extended push as well. So let's take a look now at the March stop price prediction. So for March stop, it's really easy. We just take the Fibonacci level here from top to bottom. We can also take this one from top to bottom, but it doesn't matter that much anymore. So what we have here is the 1.618, which is really interesting. Always a great resistance levels. And we got here the other 1.618. So let me just draw the lines here really quick. So you got actually at 20. You got on the higher time a 1.618. And you got here at like 30. So basically these are some resistance lines as well, and these are the resistance lines we have here. So let's just say we bounce from here to here. So this was the first step, the bounce which we got here as well. So one setback bounce, and then we just go push to the 17. So once we're at the 17, what could happen is we retest previous all-time high on this weekly. So 13.75. And then we could push above 20, even to like 25. So this is normal. And then come back to like this 20 line and get a final push to maybe this like at the end of April, mid-April, end of March, to like this 34 area. And then this isn't even bad. We push down back to like maybe even this 10. Maybe we get this here some support and we push back to the previous all-time high. Like this could really happen. This is basically the same thing what happened here. We went up and down to the same bottom. So we got up from here, parabolic push, and then back down. And then we can take a look at what can happen in Q4. So yeah, I'm more and more thinking that we will get a blow-off top in Q4, just like 2021 and 17, because Q1, they're pushing out everyone. And they don't have that much time anymore to bring in full retail. So retail is not coming back in like the next 2-3 weeks. So they need some more push to get actually retail going, let them download the app and stuff, and then crash it again before they make another parabolic run. So this is definitely a possibility, but once again, we need to see these green candles. Like just what happened on February 12th. Look at this Monday candle. February 12th is when it happened. Render was at 450. It just went in 1 week to 580. Next week 7, then next week 8, came down, and literally 4 weeks it went from like 450 to like 1250 or 1270 in 4 weeks. That's why I'm always remaining bullish at the bottom when everybody's bearish, because we're still in the bull market, the top hasn't been reached yet, and as you can see, it just can go in 4 weeks. And here as well, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So it only lasts 4 to 6 weeks. So this as well, this is 6 weeks, this is 5 weeks. Everybody's always expecting it to be months, but there's so much liquidity going in. Big whales and everybody's buying so hard, like they cannot maintain this. So that's why it always takes 4 to 6 weeks. So this could be the next 4 to 6 weeks and down. Back like a 60-70% correction, and that's when we start buying. So yeah, this is my opinion for the next 2 months. We got some major catalysts, but it also depends on you holders. You holders need to be strong. A lot of people are flooding their own bags, selling at the bottom, and this makes it even easier for market makers to swipe the bottom, because the reason why render got pushed down so hard is because so many people were selling. That's the problem. You need to be strong. You need to believe in it. Like, this is a problem with render holders. I'm seeing render holders foot their bags. When DeepSeek was being launched, I saw people who speak daily about render saying this is the end of render. You don't do that. You just push positive news, and at the top you tell them I will take profits. It's important to take profits. That's how you actually deal with it. Not just bear tweet at the bottom and bull post at the top. That's not how it works. But yeah, this is my thoughts for until like April. I think end of March I always spoke about, maybe with RenderCon and maybe a little bit of push of 1 week later, but I still expect sell in May and go away. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit a like if you did. Also follow me at TheRealDoc on Twitter to know when I talk about render, crypto, buy targets, sell targets, and many more things. Also join my free Doc Crypto Lounge. The link will be at the top of the description and on the pinned comment. Basically, this is where I tell you exactly when I'm selling and buying. I'm also doing copy trading. I'm 24-0. I have never lost a trade with my copy trading. If you want to copy trade as well, just go to the lounge at the pinned comments. There's actually a message about copy trading explaining exactly how you can copy trade. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for more crypto content and YouTube. Until next time.